The heart of Redeemer Ministry School for me has to do with this idea of laying the foundation for a lifetime.
First of all, what does God think about us? How does He define who we are? And then what is the true nature of who He is? Because there's so many misconceptions about who God is. What can God do with us? Because what we're doing is we're revealing to the world, no, this is what it's like to live as a follower of God. It's chasing after Him, it's pursuing after Him, it's ingesting His Word, and it's looking at it as no other person is responsible for my relationship with Him. I'm responsible for that. And so I really feel like a big part of RMS is equipping people to do that, equipping them to have a lifelong relationship with Him and not just spurts of emotional experiences.
Through RMS we see, God changing the lives of individual students and increasing their walk with Christ. And for me, this is not a quantitative thing. It's not how many students, will do this. But I've got this idea that if just one student would come out and their life would be advanced, and they would learn how to advance God's kingdom and live and dwell in God's kingdom. One individual life that's changed for Christ can influence many other people.
Anything that God has done in the kingdom, I believe, is territory that we can grab onto for the future. The kingdom of Jesus is an ever-expanding, never-diminishing kingdom that we should expect more. So if God's done it in the past, part of my desire is to stir people up to believe that not only is that possible, but that it's probable.
You can always learn the basics at any church you go to, but the second steps, the steps into a life.
Just the idea that God is, He's already pleased with me, that I'm working from His pleasure and that I'm working from fellowship with Him instead of working for it. That just kind of blew my world up, and continues to do so.
I came here because I wanted a closer relationship with the Lord, and I definitely got that, along with the fact that now I know how God sees me.
It transforms every aspect of your life, not just how you live with your family, or not just how you worship, not just how you go to church, but how you live in everything.
There's a complete difference. There's a 180 difference, and it continues to impact my life. I continue spending time with God. I continue having those quiet times, and in doing that, it's continuing to impact me, continuing to change me.
It definitely impacted me, and I feel like it took me from being just the ordinary traditional Christian and brought me into a whole new supernatural walk with God.
When you leave yourself open to it and you really learn these things, you can't just learn them and turn them off. Now that you know it, even if you're not in the mindset to learn it and put it into a mindset and live it, you find yourself not being able to help it.
When I came here, I was a completely different person in a completely different place than now that I have completed RMS. I feel like I have so much more to learn, but I feel adequate. I feel equipped.
It has educated me in areas that I didn't know I was void and dead in, and yeah, it's made a significant difference, because that daily communication with God is, if it doesn't happen, the day's no good, and that makes a big difference in your life.
I've witnessed students who have believed horrible lies about who they are and their identity, and I watched God in a moment switch that, and from that day forward they've been different. So that's cool.
This is about a life that's grounded in Christ, and then is connected to Jesus, and then what Jesus will want to do with them I can't entirely predict. But it's really not about even gaining tools or skills to enter a job path or a career.
The ministry school allows people 10 months of being prepared to go off into the rest of their lives and serve Jesus no matter what they're doing.
You are ready to be a kingdom advancer. to be who you are in Christ and then to give that away.